everybody. I'm Tyler from the Will and Tyler Show.
I'm Will from the Will and Tyler Show.
And we have a very special guest. I'm really excited about this. So go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hey guys, I'm JP Moquin, known as the Ball Hockey Dude on Instagram. I've been sponsored by Napper for a while now, and I work for them as well. I'm a project manager with them, so I travel around a lot. Currently in St. Catharines at BHO for guys you know, ballhockey.com, and been playing. Actually, I was playing with guys today for an hour, and I love my job.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a pretty awesome job. So, if I recall, did you play for Team Canada at one point?
I did, yeah. 2 years ago in Laval, and we're going back this year in Switzerland.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, you gotta give me a little summary about that, dude. Like what's it like playing for Team Canada, man?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, it's tough because you don't know anyone at first, but then you got a week to get to know everybody and be a team. So it makes it much better. It's a better experience putting it this way, because I know some of the guys like Team USA, they all know each other because they all play same area. Yeah. Which is where we get to make friends for a lifetime around all of Canada, which I love, to be honest. I still talk with some of the guys that made the team 2 years ago, and looking forward to making new friends on the next team.
Yeah, dude, my like first experience of ball hockey was actually the I'm trying to, not the World Cup, but like the World Championships last year when it was at in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, that was the Masters, right?
I think so. Yeah, but it was. Yeah. I remember the game we saw was it was Team USA against the Saskatchewan, Canada.
Yeah.
I think it was at Riverworks.
Probably. I've heard about it, but that was a Masters, so that was 35 and over. So yeah. I had a few friends that played back in Quebec that went there, especially the goalie that plays with us on Team Canada on the open category. And it's fun to play in the Worlds, whether you're 35, 40, 18, 16, whatever it is. It's nice to represent your country, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude, it was so cool because like we were watching, and it's just insane because like I run a league. We're from Virginia, so I run a league. You know, just in our town. You just me and like 20 of our friends. Yeah. And you know, it was so crazy, like watching those guys play versus like watching like recording, and it's how like wow, dude, it's like we couldn't touch these guys with a like, you know, it could be 3 of them against 10 of us, and it was honestly just like so cool to watch, dude. Like, and then I want to do a little special shout out to the ball hockey league that I play in now. Shout out DC Street Hockey. And even then, dude, like my first ever game playing up there, and I was like, geez, dude, like this is nothing compared to like, you know, or like saying like it's insane playing against guys who know what they're doing versus us running around, you know, like chickens with their head cut off.
Playing on a basketball.
Yeah, playing on a basketball court.
Like, I mean, most of the guys that play have been playing for a long time. I can recall a friend of mine, he's been playing since he was 20, he's 40 now. So, you know, if people try to get better in a blink of an eye, which is not something that happens. And that's why I'm trying to actually teach people, because ball hockey it's not new, but it's fairly new compared to any sports, right? Hockey's been there forever. Ball hockey is starting to pick up. So that's why I'm actually going with a page where I can instruct people and try to make them better as fast as possible. Because, as I said, my friend started at 20, he's 40, and he just made Team Canada 35. So, you know, it's a long road getting there, but when you get there, you're happy to put in the work and everything.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Like once I started following, you know, like the NBHL and stuff, like, you know, it's crazy how big, you know, ball hockey community is, even though it's not known, like, for example, like ice hockey, or, you know, like I played lacrosse my senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And again, for me, it was a little bit similar, kind of along the lines like, well, people in the community know how, you know, lacrosse is, but if you go to anybody else and talk to them about it, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I didn't know it was this big. You know, I feel like ball hockey is kind of becoming that same thing.
Yeah, and I feel like it is. The only thing is that there's always that bigger sport where hockey is most watched, right? So it's kind of hard to make ball hockey the superior league. But I feel like people that either don't have the money to play hockey or are done playing hockey, like I was when I started playing ball hockey, I was done playing hockey. So it's something that is much cheaper than ice hockey. I was a goalie on ice, so I know about being expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's right. So when I actually decided I would play ball hockey, I went forward because you don't have to pay for equipment a lot anymore, right? Pads are much more expensive, so I feel like it's a sport that is much more approachable for people of any kind of income.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of like. You know, every time I ask my friends, like, "Hey, why don't you come play hockey?" It's like, "Well, I don't know how to skate. I don't know. You know, I don't
Yeah.
have pads.
All
You
right.
know, dude, literally, you bring shoes, I'll give you a stick, and
Mhm.
you'll have the time of your life, dude." It's like a super quick story. Me, Will, and 10 of our other friends, we started like I guess the original league. You know, the original 12.
Yeah.
Back in 2021, and the most players we've ever gotten, I think, was what, 34.
Yeah, we had a bunch that
Was
day.
34 last year,
Yeah.
um, which was awesome, dude. Like, you know, and it was really cool because we were looking at pictures from that day versus like the first time we ever did it, and it's just like it's so cool watching just like leagues in general grow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Definitely.
and to what you were saying about being a goalie, my dad used to play goalie. I wish he was here. He's sadly working right now.
Yeah.
He told me a story when he first played goalie. Um, he said his pads were like $1,200 used, and that was just his leg pads.
It is so expensive. It's ridiculous. I know.
Yeah,
I used to play, and as a kid, how you don't know about money, or but very little. I
yeah,
used to I used to ask my dad for new pads every single year, even if I didn't outgrow them. But yeah, so it's a very expensive sport, and ball hockey is something that makes it cheaper and much more enjoyable for anyone. I was a goalie because I couldn't skate very well, and now I'm actually on Team Canada playing ball hockey. So it's even if skating is something that you can't do, well, you got ball hockey for that, and I think that is going to grow even bigger with time.
yeah. I mean, anybody who's able to is able to run or
Yeah.
or walk, and that has that ability. They can play ball hockey whenever. And look, dude, half of my friends, they didn't know what hockey was. I mean, they were
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'll come out. Ty's asking us to come out, and now, dude, it's something that we schedule, and it's something that we look forward to.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
our league, the league that like I run, it's called the KBHL. My last name's Kajawa, so it's the Kajawa Ball Hockey League.
Gotcha.
So that's something that we do, and we actually we have a YouTube channel. It's I think the tag is called the KBHL Commissioner, just because I run it. But yeah, we have two videos up, and we're working on getting a third one up, and that's something that we've all like worked really hard for.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm sorry. I was telling Will this like the whole week. I was texting. I was like, "Hey, did he reply yet? Does he know what time we're doing it?"
I know we had such a hard time finding a date in an hour, but I'm glad we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's as I said, I do work crazy times right now, so I've been all over Canada for the job, so it's hard finding a time doing it. But as I said, it's a job that I love, and it gets me to play more ball hockey than I ever played. So
What was the big switch returning going from ice hockey to ball hockey for you? What was that deciding factor?
when I was so my last junior year, I played junior A in Kingston, Ontario, and then COVID hit, and we started playing ball hockey a lot, and then by the time it was a year between COVID and then going back on ice, and I just didn't have the feeling of playing hockey anymore because I was going senior, right? I was playing in I think it was I had a prospect camp or whatever for the LNAH, which is like it's kind of like the FPHL, or is that it? What's there's East Coast, and then there's one after that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't put
SCHL. I'm not sure what it is, but it's kind of like that, but back home in Quebec. And it's a lot of traveling, and you make probably like $100 a game, which is, and I was good, but I was not good enough to be a first goalie in that league. So I didn't see the potential of me going anywhere else than that. So East Coast was out of reach, AHL was out of reach. So I just figured I'd try to go for ball hockey and try my best to make it. I knew I was good because I've always been a fast runner and quick thinker on the ice. I had good IQ, but the difference between making a national team compared to being good in your hometown team is there's a big difference. And I had to put a lot of time practicing on the deck, even watching videos. I even to this day I watch videos and I analyze it to make sure that I can get the best out of me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the one day where like I was just checking my notifications and it was like the ball hockey dude has followed you. And I was like, dude, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I said it to the group chat. I was like, dude, this is like, and dude, every time you post, I'm there. I'm liking it. I'm watching. Like,
and I appreciate that. Seriously, it's hard. It's hard growing a page because I know it's not a full-time job. So I do it on, say I got 30 minutes. I do it, but it's not. I know it's not at the best it could be. But I also my goal is just to show the sport and to show people how to get better. So it's not about making it beautiful or anything. It's about showing what I know and showing how I got there. And if it helps people, then I'm happy about it.
so dude, I have to ask, what's like, I see this trend with hockey players all the time. Like, what's in your ball hockey bag? Like when you open your bag, what equipment are you using?
Well, obviously, as I said, I work for Napper, so that helps. But I've been working for them for a long time, so I always have. I've been not working, but I've been sponsored by them for a long time. So I'm always using what's not out. So
Okay.
whatever. So I got, as you see on my videos, I got yellow shoes. These are coming out about 6 months. We've been talking about them for 4 years. So they've been in development for 4 years. I've had them for about 6 months now. Hockey, I play with Pro Stock, Black Pro Stock. On my videos, I use a gold one because I want Napper to show, but usually I go with a black stick. And I use the AK3 gloves because I don't like them to be bigger. AK5 is a little bigger. It's a little. I mean, if you get slashes, you want like ice hockey gloves ish. So AK5s are like that. So I'm going AK3 because AK2 they feel like guarding gloves for me, so I don't like it. And I run the AK7 glove shin pads because I don't know. I just like them. I like them tight.
Yeah, I'm a rather big guy, I would say.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of football growing up, so I got some pretty big calves.
Yeah, the AK7s don't work with that, right?
Yeah, I made the mistake of getting the one with the compression sleeve, and it gets up all over my leg. The issue is that like the top of it, it'll keep sliding down. So I think I just gotta start using some clear and
Yeah, you still have them?
yeah, I still
Yeah,
use.
because what I do is that you just do like a quick 2 or 3 turns of tape under the knee, like how to, there's a shin and then there's a knee and then there's like a gap in between.
Yeah,
You just tape around that and then it stays up. That's what I do.
I'm about to try that tonight. I have a ball hockey game tonight. So
You should. It's a game changer.
dude, I'll definitely have to try that then.
I was hoping for that giveaway that I could win.
Dude,
those
I
gloves.
was telling you, man. I was at 11:29.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to make it as fair as possible, so I just went with XL and then
Yeah, it's all good. Do that.
clicked right on it. And I did it at like 11:24, so I'm sorry. I didn't wait for everyone. I know somebody like got in at 11:31. I was like, buddy, I'm sorry. I wish I would have waited.
He sprained my wrist one time with a goal shot. So I was looking
Really?
I was hoping I'd give myself some protection.
Yeah, we were just playing. We had a day set up and a bunch of people canceled last second, so we only had like 10 people show up.
Yeah.
And literally just playing 4-on-4 with a goalie. And I remember he was standing in front of the net, and I tried beating him top side, and he went to block it with his hand. And he ended up having to go to get an X-ray. Thankfully, it wasn't.
You're kidding.
It wasn't broken.
Yeah.
But yeah, we joke about it still to this day.
Yeah. Get your gear, kids. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
Any future ball hockey players, get gloves.
It pays
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Yeah, dude, I've been thinking about getting some like, ball hockey gloves, because right now what I use is my old lacrosse gloves.
Yeah,
And they're nice because I like them because I can move my fingers around. They are a little bit heavy though.
Is it? You got Warrior gloves probably?
Yeah, a Warrior. They're not the newest one. They're like, I think they're 2 years old, like the 2 generations back.
Gotcha.
So,
And we're also coming up with a new series of gloves, and they're still going to be AK5, AK3s, and AK7s, but they're going to be they're actually insane. So,
yeah.
I don't know when they'll come out. It's a work in progress, as I said. Even when we launch something, we got something going back. We're right back in R&D. So the gloves are just insane. I got to see a few of them, and they're quite different than what we have right now.
So, dude, do you guys think that you could ever you would ever think about doing like custom?
The problem is that since we're having that made in China or Vietnam or whatever, it's like a big order. So let's say I want to do a pair of gloves. So AK3s, I want them yellow, orange, and whatever. Right? I'm just saying colors out loud. There's like 1,500 minimum to order. So it makes it like if we do that and we do it specifically for a team, it has to be either they buy them all, or we got to think that it's something that's doable for like anyone would buy it out of the store, right?
Yeah, so you would have to essentially buy them in bulk and hope that.
Yeah, exactly. Like let's say the Montreal Canadiens want to order to their team colors. Well, it's much more easier selling them, right? Because they're a big team. But if there's an NBHL team or whatever, it's harder to sell with them, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at some of them, dude. And there's some pretty cool colors on there, dude. Like you don't see like, honestly, you don't see like yellow gloves. You don't really see like orange gloves anywhere else. I was like, these are pretty cool. Like,
yeah, that's how we differentiate ourselves, right? We want people just not to get the black normal gloves. We want them to take them at the color of their teams or whatever goes, right?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude. Hold on a second.
I mean, I don't have much. I've recently gotten into hockey. I used to live up in Fairfax, right near Washington, D.C. So
gotcha.
I was able to go to some Capitals games. I got some signed gear from that, and that got me into hockey for a little bit. And then this guy got me into playing hockey, and I had this beat up CCM stick I was playing with for a while. And then sometime last year, we went up to Northern Virginia, and I got a jet speed. And I'm not really a person that thinks like you can pay to be better, but I didn't realize a difference between a composite stick or like a carbon stick versus just a wood stick. It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was amazing to me.
Yeah, it's not like Fortnite where you whatever you pay, you're still good, right? It's hockey. It's that's why there's $450 sticks, right? It's
that's what we were joking about, like when we first went up there, because I was getting sticks just because a couple of sticks broken, so I was just getting some. And I think this was a couple of months after the Proto came out.
Yeah.
And I was showing him, and I was like standing in front of the price tag, and I was like, Will, you gotta check this stick out, man. And then he was like, let me see the price, and he was like, $400. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't the budget at that time.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and honestly, I don't want to say that Napper's better, but if you look at the price point compared to what CCM or Bauer have, our $200 stick is probably compared to a $300 or $350 stick, because we're not as big, right? So we're not trying to. You're not paying for the brand; you're paying for the actual stick.
Yeah, you're paying for the item.
Exactly.
Yeah, like right now, the stick that I'm using is. Have you ever heard of a company called Twig?
Heard of it. Saw a few Instagram posts about it. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad got a stick from there, So just by nature, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna get a stick from there.
Yeah. I get
So
it.
I'm using, I think it's called, I want to say it's called the Dispatch B, and I'm liking it so far. But honestly, dude, like I stay on Napper, dude. That's not even because you're sponsored. I mean, you can check my Google search history. It'll Napper. What I've really been looking at is I've been looking at the padded shirts.
Yeah, yeah. It's honestly it helps. I play with it. I play with the padded shorts. I play with padded shirt. I play with padded knee. I play with everything because it's really easy to get a shot to the body.
Oh yeah.
Scary, dude. They're scary. The first time, like in my first game, watching those guys like wind up in practice, I was like, yeah, this is where I die. This is
Yeah, exactly.
it's nuts, dude, and it's also funny because sometimes we use like the lighter one, like the lighter balls, or sometimes we
Yeah,
use thicker, heavier ones. And like depending on which one it is, man, like that's
you know when it hits you, you know the difference.
oh yeah, no, the second it hits your stick, you're like, oh boy, I'm moving out of the way for these shots.
And what's surprising with that is it doesn't matter. It's like it could be someone our age or it could be someone like your dad. He's able to keep up with it, which is the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
These people who you would not think would be like integral to how this game is played, like ball hockey. They're the best guys you'll see out there. It makes no sense to me.
That's the beauty of the sport, right? Hockey is all about skating fast and making quick changes. Ball hockey is about being smart, holding the ball, making good passes. So it's a different sport. It's more of a combination between, I would say, basketball and hockey. But it's you see the smarter guys are the ones that the smarter IQ, I would say, with the smarter ice hockey IQ will have more. How do you say that? Will be better off playing ball hockey than any other one.
Yeah, I mean, just like something I noticed, dude, like when I went out there, I saw a couple of the older guys and I was like, all right, I'm not a very fast guy. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a bigger guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not too terribly fast, but I was like, all right, well, there might be some guys that maybe I can beat to the boards over there. And dude, going out there, man, my first shift, I was trailing behind, man. Some of these guys were smoking me from blue line to blue line. And, having a little, like, I never played hockey growing up just because of the area that I live in. I mean, the closest ice rink is 45 minutes away from my house. So my parents told me straight up.
Makes it harder.
Parents told me straight up when I was a kid. My dad, the first sport I learned how to play was knee hockey with my dad, playing for hours in the basement. But he told me, he was like, look, bud, I love you, but we're not driving 45 minutes to practice every day. And I was like,
fair enough.
That's when football started, and I played a little bit of soccer, and then then it was just from there. And then, like I said, as of late, probably in December will be the 3 years since the start of KBHL. So been playing hockey for 3 years now, and the YouTube videos, they're usually a long work in progress. You have a couple of different people, we only get a chance to record about 1 out of every 3 sessions if we're really, really lucky.
Well, that's content, right? Whenever you do Facebook or Instagram or YouTube content, it's harder. I was flying today and I was like, do I ask them if I can film? And I'm like, not really. It's something you want to do, but it's something that at the same time you're like, yeah, you want to go on my Facebook, on my Instagram page? Yeah, I only got 300 followers, so you maybe want to get a shout out, right?
Yeah, man, and it kind of honestly sucks because if I recall correctly, TikTok is getting banned in less than a year.
They talk about it. Who knows?
Really?
Yeah, they have voted on it, and that's really been helpful because Tyler was showing me his whole TikTok is this hockey talk stuff.
Yeah,
but they helped grow ball hockey. Like, there's so much that's gone up, especially like with even looking at your page, like Instagram Reel. The amount of views they get is crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's kind of like the same thing that we've been trying. Because like, dude, we can post a TikTok. I think the TikTok's the same thing as the YouTube. I think it's just KBHL commissioner or something like that.
Yeah.
And dude, we can post one video and have it get like 100, 200 views, and then we can post one other random video and have it have like 3,000 views.
Yeah, that's the beauty of TikTok.
Yeah.
I was on there like 4 years ago. I've not been on there either ever since. But it's something sometimes I think my most viewed post was like a humoristic video, so it's not about ball hockey or anything. But I think it was like 500,000 views, which is crazy because it's either you pop up or you get 200 views. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what's difficult about it, man, is like, when we were doing stuff for the podcast, Will was just pumping out videos, even if it was just a random 30-second clip of us, because just enough videos will make you grow just then by itself.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I do a post a day. I try at least. I missed a few days, but I feel like it's not a recipe, right? It's either you hit or you miss. But I'm trying to do one coaching video a day, and if it works, it works. If it's not, I get around, I would say 1,000 views a video and like maybe 2 or 3 follows since. So it's something that's slowly growing, but I hope I can get to somewhere where people actually get something.
That 10,000 of followers. I mean, it's gonna blow up at some point.
I hope so, right? So that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah,
we'll get the honor to say that we got a chance to interview you.
We interviewed you
exactly. You're the first one, so. Yeah, so it's something that I've thought about it a long time, but I was still in school. I didn't know what to do, and then with my job, it really helps going around. And I'm always near a ball hockey rink, so I can just go there, pop a few videos, and then just come back and edit it. So
yeah, dude, that's kind of the issue for us is like we live in Culpeper, which is literally like almost.
It's near dead center.
Yeah, it's
near
nothing
near it.
Yeah, it's near dead center in Virginia, and it is like an hour and a half away. So
really,
yeah, but to be honestly, man, other than the league that me and my friends run, like it's the only option.
Yeah, there's ball hockey around here, sadly, but we're hoping that we can make something happen because we've seen we play in a pretty prominent spot of our town.
Yeah.
There's a gigantic highway that's right next to it. Yeah. People are always giving us looks, so we're hoping at some point the people that give us funny looks just show up one day.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was in talks with a guy that runs like a field house in Culpeper, and talks kind of fizzled out for a little bit, just because we both had separate ideas for it. But I'm hoping if there's a way that I can negotiate with them about maybe getting a rink, enough speakers or enough sponsors or anything like that. Because dude, that would change everything, man. And because it's hard to practice, man. Playing on. I mean, you play ball, playing on sport court versus playing on just concrete.
It's world of a difference. World of a difference.
And that first game I played, I wasn't even able to get any lift up on the ball. Like, and that's the thing. You get, like I said, my wrist shot almost broke my Will's hand. Yeah. So it's hard to. It was hard because you can't practice that. Like, unless you order any of the panels, I can't just drive up an hour and a half.
No, exactly.
To go shoot around for 30 minutes and then come back. So that would be the dream. I think that would be the KBHL dream, would to somehow be get a rink somewhere in Culpeper.
Yeah, because and hockey is more of a just because where we're situated at, it's more of a northern thing in our state. But it's slowly starting to trickle down, and hopefully in time, because I was surprised. I was telling Ty about it a couple of weeks ago. We had a couple of months ago. We had some fires out in the state, and they were talking about an ice hockey rink burn up in a very rural area of our state. Yeah, we were both surprised. You guys had an ice hockey, or not a ice hockey rink, but a hockey rink. It was a ball hockey rink, and we're surprised because it was pretty comical. It was actually in a barn.
Yeah, really?
Both of us.
That's insane.
Well, that's what I was describing us, and that's what I was telling them. I was like, well, that's where like the nickname, like when you go to someone's barn to play hockey. I was like,
that's where it comes from.
But it was just so funny, dude, because like the town is called Madison, and literally, dude, you can drive through it in like one road for like 20 minutes. Yep. There's like the high school, like 2 elementary schools,
no stores.
Yeah, no real stores, and it's just
really.
dude, like of all places to have a rink, we play hockey, a couple of times a month,
Yeah.
so.
Crazy.
It was the oddest thing in the world, but and we've been limited. We used to play in a parking lot. We've gone up to now a basketball court, which is more helpful. We're not chasing the balls into storm drains anymore.
Yeah, of course.
We lost
Probably a good $150.
Yeah, there's been a lot of money of balls that just gone down a storm drain, but we're hoping to get something graduated from a basketball court to where we can have either that repaved or get somewhere with sport court where tearing up, not tearing sticks up, because
concrete will do that to your sticks.
Yeah, and
it's crazy.
With a blade guard, it's still grinding through it. So
no, yeah.
Eventually, the blade guard's gonna give out.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
And that's what's difficult, too, man. Is the guy, I'm sure his name doesn't want to be said, but the guy that I was in talks with, we were really close to letting us play in his gym, and then he made a couple of calls, and he was saying that people that had the same style of like wood floor. Or like the floor that he was using.
Yeah.
He was just saying that other kids, when they would let him play hockey, would just tear it up and break stuff. So that's kind of where it halted, and very understandable. I mean, it's understandable.
But, well, I mean, I was actually in the town in Quebec, and we actually did it was a kids. We were evaluating them to make a team. And we played on flooring. That's probably the same that you're talking about, and there was no problem with it. So it's either he doesn't want to rent it to you guys, or it's just that it's hockey sticks on wood, right? There's no problem with it, or even if it's a gym, right? So there's if you get pucks to do it, it's not really a problem if you get dings on a wooden floor, but whatever. If it's something that's wrong with it, I get it. But as I said, I've been my entire. So when I was probably 7, 8, or 9, when you're in high school, early middle school. Yeah, I think it's middle school. I played in middle school with like every recess at the gym, and it was wooden floor. There was no problem with it. So I mean, it's bigger back home, but it's something that we did. So I know it's not a problem, but. If it's something he doesn't want to do, I get it too.
Yeah. Well, it's also crazy, dude. Like I have a lot of family in the Buffalo, New York area.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy, and it's so cool because just like going up there, like hockey's just like a way of life, dude. You go down through every town, and you have 3 or 4 different rinks, and it's so cool being out there. And then you come back home to Virginia, and it's like. All right, now I got to drive 2 hours to go play hockey.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, dude, it's the dream one day would be, maybe when we're all adults and established jobs, would be to go up to Buffalo and spend like a weekend just playing hockey.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be the dream. Because even, dude, we went to when me, my dad, and my grandfather went to the Worlds.
Yeah.
It was a packed house, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's something big. Ball hockey is really big up north. Really, really big. Even in, I think about, I don't know where they play. I think they play, is it Boston that they have they have a team in Boston, right? The NBHL or something like that?
Yeah, I know.
Massachusetts. I'm not sure, but I know it's ball hockey in that, or Northeast is really big. Really, really big. And then as soon as you go up to Ontario and Quebec, even if you go down to Alberta, it's really, really big. It's growing and growing.
Yeah, because I know the NBHL championship. I think for some of the other tiers, it's in New Jersey.
Yeah, that's big too over there. Really big.
So which is cool. It might be a weekend trip. Hopefully, I can convince some of the boys, and we can go see how much better they are than we are.
Maybe one day you'll get there though.
Yeah, maybe we can ball chase for them. Well, we really want to thank you for your time, man. Only reason I cut it short is because I actually have to go get ready for my game tonight.
You're good.
Taking time out of your busy schedule. We hope that maybe we can either catch you again either before, because the Worlds is in Switzerland, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's over the summer.
It's January 20th to 30th, I believe.
Okay.
Sorry, not June. January.
I was
June 20th to 30th. Yeah.
All right, so
we can catch him before
I was
that.
gonna say either hopefully we can catch you before or right after. Honestly,
Yeah, or over there. I mean, I know there's a huge time difference.
hey,
But
man,
if you guys want to call when I'm there, I'll make room.
yeah, we're night owls, man. If we gotta stay up till 6, if we have to stay up till 6 in the morning, we'll get it done, man. No,
Awesome. We'll try to chat when I'm over there.
Sounds
dude,
good.
that'll be awesome, man. We really thank you for your time. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully you can continue to grow a big man. And like I said, when you blow up, we can comment. You're like, hey, the Will and Tyler show was here first.
Exactly. We were the first.
We were there first.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys. It's fun to see that people actually like what I do, and it honestly, if not of people saying, hey, keep going, it's fun, I would not do it, because that's what it's all about.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you for your time.